Today, we're diving into something a lot of you have been curious about: Function Gemma. You've probably seen it in ads, or maybe people in your niche have been talking about it as the next big tool. But let's cut through the hype and get to the honest truth. In 2025, Function Gemma's accuracy sits around 58%, and that number tells a story we need to unpack. Right away, I want to stress something important. A 58% accuracy rate isn't terrible, but it's not great either. It means in more than 4 out of 10 cases, the outputs are either off, irrelevant, or just not what you were hoping for. And in whatever domain you're using this for, whether it's data analysis, predictions, or decision support, that kind of inconsistency matters big time. So what exactly does this 58% accuracy mean in the real world? It means you can't just trust it blindly. You can't feed it important information and assume it will always give correct answers. Instead, think of Function Gemma as something more experimental, a tool that might highlight possibilities but shouldn't be relied on as a single source of truth. Now, Function Gemma does have strengths. Its interface is clean, it's relatively easy to navigate, and it can process inputs quickly. For casual use or initial idea generation, it's actually not bad at all. But when you start asking it for precise results, especially in professional settings, that 58% figure becomes a glaring limitation. A lot of tools in 2025 claim to be AI-powered or next-gen, and Function Gemma is no exception. But here's the issue. Marketing language often glosses over performance metrics, so while the tool is impressive in concept, the execution still leaves a lot of room for error. You'll hit contradictions, unclear outputs, or suggestions that just don't align with reality, and that's exactly what lowers the effective accuracy to that 58% mark. If you're trying to use Function Gemma for anything mission-critical, I'd urge extreme caution. Double-check every output, validate with other tools, and don't treat it as your final word. At best, it's a second opinion machine, something you cross-reference, not something you base final decisions on. Now, some users might argue that a tool doesn't need perfect accuracy to be useful, and that's fair to a point, but when nearly half of the responses could be wrong or misleading, that's more than a small flaw. It's a fundamental limitation you have to account for. So where does that leave us in 2025? Function Gemma is not a scam. It does what it promises to do, it runs without obvious bugs, and it delivers outputs consistently. But it's also not a high-precision powerhouse. A 58% accuracy rate means you have to be cautious, and you cannot rely on it for high-stakes decisions. In summary, Function Gemma has potential, but its accuracy in 2025 is just too inconsistent to make it a go-to tool for serious work. Treat it as a supplemental resource, verify its outputs independently, and never put all your trust into it alone. If you've used Function Gemma and had a different experience, drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. And if you found this review helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest tech breakdowns. Catch you in the next video.